so be happy. You can do whatever you like. You don't have to be ready.
Hey cuties, and welcome back to another video, or welcome if you're new. I'm Cora, and today I'm gonna share all of my CC skin details with you. As always, you can find links to everything in the description down below. There is a Google Doc, and everything that I am showcasing today is on there. I did add categories to this video, so each of the different categories you have in the game under skin details is a category in this video. I only skipped one, which is, so there's the forehead crease and then there's the mouth crease category in The Sims, and I did have mainly the same things in both of them, so I skipped one of the categories to make this video a bit faster, but otherwise I included everything. So there's freckles, skin details like nose masks, eye bags, stuff like that, you know, the whole shenanigan. We have everything in this video. I also want to apologize for this going up quite late. I planned on uploading it on Friday, but this was a beast of a video. Like, as you can tell, we're here for 20 minutes, but this video took me about 20 hours to get up and I did not anticipate that. I didn't realize I had like 366 skin details in my game, and yeah, I kind of just underestimated the whole thing, but I am just excited to have this up now. I did do a poll on my channel, so if you haven't already subscribed to this channel and you're interested in deciding what kind of videos I put out in the future, especially regarding this video, like videos like today, like sharing my skin details or hairs or whatever, do make sure to subscribe to the channel, because I will be uploading a few more polls in the future to just ask you guys what you want to see more. I think the second winner from the poll after skin details for this type of video that I'm doing today was male hair and clothing items, so that shall probably be the next video of this sort. I have also done, because a lot of people commented that they wanted to see children's CC. If I remember, I will put the whole playlist on top of this video now, so you can check out the whole playlist of my CC showcase videos. And if I remember, I'll put the links to my most recent children's CC showcases in the description as well, because I think they are the ones that I have done the shortest time ago, because I have done videos like this for years now. So like, I don't just do CC hauls every other week, but I also have videos up on my channel where I showcase literally my whole CC folder going through the categories. So I do already have a video of skin details, but that was like, I think 2 years ago or something, so it definitely needed to be updated. I did add quite a few more things. I deleted some things that I wasn't using anymore, so we would do an update on this type of video. But I've done a lot. Like, I think my male videos have been like a year ago that I did. They're all called CC showcase videos. I hope that before this video goes up, I actually managed to split up the two playlists, because currently I have a playlist that is called, I think, CC showcase videos, and that one includes both these type of videos that we're doing today and the CC hauls, in which I just download a bunch of new things and show them off. And I do want to separate the playlists. It's just a lot of work to like add everything back to the correct playlist, but hopefully before this video goes up I have done that, and you can check out all the videos over there. Like I said, I'll link it in this video, so you can just, you know, click on the little icon on the top right corner and head over to the playlist and check everything out that I have ever done regarding showing off my things that I have in my CC folder. And I also really, after this video now, I desperately need to get rid of some CC because the only reason it took me that long is because I also beforehand, like, I had way more skin details that you are seeing in this video. There were like loads more that I got rid of because they were very old and I didn't use them anymore, and they didn't fit my current style that I like in The Sims. So I did get rid of a bunch, and you know, that took a while. And then it is so hideous. I don't know if this is even interesting to you guys, but it's so hideous to find skin details because I use a program called The Sims 4 Tray Importer to find out what kind of CC I use on a sim. And as you know, with everything else like hairs, makeup, stuff like that, clothing items. You can create multiple outfits for all of the categories, and then you can save that sim and you see everything that you use in all of the categories in that program. So you can potentially do like, I don't know, 25 hairs at a time. But with skin details, as you know, you can only ever choose one skin detail from each category. So whenever I came across a skin detail that I didn't know who it was by or where to find it or what it was called exactly, which happened a lot, I had to save the sim and I could only do it once. I had like a million different new households in my gallery that I had to delete afterwards as well. It was a little bit wild, but I'm just happy to get this video up now. I'm really excited to share it with you because I know skin details, like when I first got into Sims 4 CC, skin details were like something that I always looked for most. I don't know why, but it's just so fun to play around with. And I also, especially for skin details, would hugely recommend this mod. I think it's called Tidy Cast Categories. I'm sure you can just Google it and you'll find it. And it's just so helpful because it tells you, for example, I'm so sorry, that was my phone. How unprofessional. It tells you what kind of categories you have. So for example, in the skin details, like I said, there's different categories like forehead crease, freckles, dimples, lip molds, stuff like that. And there's just a little icon that looks like any other CC, but it only says, like you can see in the bottom right now, it says mouth crease. So you know where one category starts and another stops, so you can kind of, you don't overlay things, you know, because sometimes if you go through skin details, you put something on and then you add something else and you can't use both of them at the same time, but you don't necessarily notice until you notice. Wow, I think you know what I mean, though, what I'm getting at. It's just handy, especially for skin details, to figure out what kind of face part the skin detail attaches to. And I thought that was so helpful. Like, creating sims like this is so much easier because you know exactly how many more things you can add in the skin detail category. And I personally love to add a million different skin details. Usually all of my sims have freckles because, oh my god, do I love freckles. So that's that. I always use like a nose mask. I always use, obviously, like just a skin overlay, and it adds up. There's like a lot of things that I add to a sim's face, but I think that is like the most fun part because you can really change the look of a sim by using skin details, and I think they're just so helpful to make your sim look versatile. And like I said, I'm obsessed with freckles, moles as well. I think they're so cute and just give your sim a little bit more personality. You know, we all love some personality. Other than that though, that's all I have to say about the video. I'm kind of over it now, you know, spending 20 hours. I also worked on Saturday trying to get this video up, and I thought I could do it, but I worked for like 5 or 6 hours Saturday morning, and I was like, this is just not happening. Then I tried to get it up yesterday, but it's a whole big deal. I do have a funeral that I have to attend this Friday as well, which is like gonna be really sad for me and my family. So we're just all, you know, things are happening. I don't have the highest energy level right now, and it's just a lot. On top of that, I have a new roommate who moved in on technically Friday, but he actually moved in on Saturday, but he brought all of his stuff Friday night, and I was like, oh, do you need help? And he was like, yeah, sure, thank you. And it's like, we live on the 4th floor, so I was like, why did I even ask? So that was really exhausting. Like, we carried up a bunch of things. Luckily he didn't have like too many things, but you know, I mean, furniture and stuff, it's heavy, it's a lot. And he obviously only brought one friend because he moved from one town to another, so it took him like 2 hours, I think, to drive here by car. So obviously you're not going to bring like a bunch of friends to help you move, but he moved in on Saturday, and I kind of underestimated it because I remember I said to my boyfriend, I was like, oh, we haven't had like a weekend of just, you know, chilling together and spending a lot of time together, and I was like, let's do it this weekend. And I totally underestimated then that when you have a new roommate that they might want to hang out and do stuff and like get to know you. And I totally underestimated that. So I did a lot of that, did a lot of socializing. I saw a friend of mine on Sunday as well, and we said we'd go for like a coffee or something, and then we ended up walking 7 kilometers, just walking around, and then we sat down to have a drink, and I had a cheesecake that was, oh my god, so good. Do you guys like cheesecake? Because I don't think we can be friends if you don't love cheesecake. I also usually just tend to have a plain cheesecake, even if they have like different types. Or oh my god, no, I remember though, the only time I always used to get a different one was when I lived in America and I got cheesecake from the Cheesecake Factory. I think I always got the Snickers one, and that one was divine, but I remember eating like half of it and taking half of it home because I just could not eat it in one go. But ooh, that one was so good. God, I miss that now. But yeah, we just did like a lot of walking around, and then I came home and worked again for most of the day yesterday, and then went out for dinner with my family. And I could tell already by Monday, to be honest, that my social batteries were just empty. I needed a recharge, and I haven't really had the opportunity fully to do it yet. And yeah, I can just tell I'm tired. I don't know if you're an introvert, if you get that feeling, because I don't necessarily notice it in the situation when I'm with people. I'm usually like, yeah, this is fun. I did notice it though when I was out with my family, that at the end of the dinner, I just kind of zoned out and I couldn't really take in anything that anyone was saying. It was just kind of, you know, I was filled up to the top with social interaction. I was like, I can't, like, don't have it in me to even listen or really, I did try to listen, you know, but I just couldn't take anything else in. And then I got home and I was so tired and just showered, went to bed, and was so happy to just sleep. And it's kind of a bummer because it's October, you know, it is the spooky season officially now, and I have a bunch of books that I want to read this month. I have read like 8 books last month. I've talked about it a little bit, but this year I've read so many books. I think I read like 50-ish books by now. I've just really gotten back into like my reading era, and it's great. I love it. So if you have any recommendations of books like horror or thriller or whatever that I need to read during October, let me know. If you're still here, hello, let me know. Let me know what you're reading, or like what kind of books you would recommend for the Halloween season, because I wanna be spooked. I want to read scary books, and I am gonna read my first, fingers crossed, I'm gonna read my first Stephen King book. I know, it's weird. I love reading thriller and horror books. Those are like the 2 main book genres I read from. More so thrillers, to be honest. I've only read like a few horror books, but it's weird that I haven't read a Stephen King yet. I think I'm just a little bit intimidated because the people that I follow, when it comes to books on YouTube and Goodreads and whatever, they have very mixed opinions about Stephen King books. So I picked out Pet Sematary as my first Stephen King book because I was like, this one seems to be the safest bet that the most people I've followed enjoyed and at least gave like 4 stars. So, you know, I'm here for it. I'm excited. I also know that Stephen King books can often be really long, and I have a fear of long books. Like, my boyfriend reads the longest books ever. He's like a huge fantasy reader, and he always reads books that are like 800 to 1,000 pages, and I'm just like, nope. I see the book and I'm like, I would never in a million years pick that up and read. It's just such a commitment to one book to read it for 400 pages. It's like, one of his books is basically like 3 of mine. And I get really excited when a book is like under 300 pages. I want to read it even more, which is strange because literally last month I read so many thrillers that I loved up until the end because I felt like the end was really rushed, and I rarely feel like books should be any longer, but in those cases they were all like around 350 pages, I believe, and I was like, nope, they should have been like 400, or they should have skipped something in the middle bit and just added more to the end, because all of the endings of the thrillers I read last month, apart from one, felt really rushed. It was just so weird, you know, that there was like this huge build up over 300 pages or 320 sometimes even, and then the reveal was really short, and I was like, this doesn't make any sense, you know. I want more. I just want more explanation, more of what, I don't know, just unravel it a bit more, you know. It's just weird. I read Silent Patient, which is a book that like in the bookish thriller world was like really overhyped, and I think it still is. And I was really excited when I found it at my library and I picked it up and I read it and I loved it up until the end, where I was like, I don't know about this plot twist, you know. I don't know if it's my thing. It was interesting and I was definitely surprised, but the end, like I said, was just so rushed that it just didn't feel very, what's the word? Fulfilling, satisfying. Satisfying is the word. It didn't feel very satisfying to end the book, you know. I was like, it kind of feels like being left on red, to be honest, where you're like, I just want more information. And it was a little bit annoying, but that's how I'm doing. What about you guys? I always feel so bad because we always get like 15 minutes into the video of me just rambling on about my life, and then I'm like, how are you doing? You know, how are you guys? It's not that I don't care, I just always assume that you would message anyways, like leave a comment or join my Discord server or whatever if you want to talk about yourselves. That is always the thing, you know. That's something you could always do. You can always ramble on in the comments. I love reading people's comments. I did get a little bit behind on replying to you, which I am very like that honestly makes me upset, because I want to always be able to reply to every single comment, which I can already tell. I don't get that many comments, but I can already tell it is kind of getting a lot if you're trying to also stay on top of creating new content. And then university for me started again this week. It's a little bit ridiculous because it started officially on Saturday, and the first thing we should do for this one course that I'm taking was due until like yesterday. Well, not due, but because I don't really have any due dates apart from like a very few things, because I do everything from at home online, so there's no real restrictions. There's just an exam at the end that you need to do, and sometimes in between there's like little tests of like 4 questions or something that you need to do in a restricted time to be allowed to take the exam. But other than that, you know, nothing is ever really has to be done in like a certain time frame. But this thing that they wanted us to do, it said you should do it between like the 1st, which was a Saturday, until yesterday, which yesterday was a bank holiday for Germany. And I'm just like, oh, so you wanted us to do that on Saturday, Sunday, and a bank holiday. Am I getting that right? Like, are we on the same, you know, we're on the same page here? This is a little bit weird. And then they said, because each one of these modules has like its own thread forum, however you want to call it, and they said that the official, like the professors and whatever are officially gonna start replying to things today. So I'm like, oh, so you get the weekend off and the bank holiday, but everyone else is supposed to do stuff. It's not fair, okay? This is not fair. I'm not here for it. That's just something that I saw earlier where I was like, no, this is ridiculous. I'm not going to do it. I mean, I never do those anyways, because it's literally just telling you how the module and the website works and whatever. And I'm like, yeah, okay. I've taken like the same course and didn't take the exam last semester because of what happened in my family, and I wasn't capable of doing anything. So the exam didn't take place for me, which was also a bummer, because I was really good at keeping up with university last semester, and then I couldn't take the exam, and it was just so annoying because I felt like I did everything for no reason. But luckily, the stuff we learn about usually stays the same throughout the semester. So even if I retake the same course this semester, there should be similar things, you know, so I should be able to just still use my Word documents that I have on it and just listen to the lectures again to kind of refresh my memory of everything and read the book. And hopefully it will be a little bit easier therefore this semester, but I don't know, because I talked about this in like a few previous videos. The stuff that I'm learning about is mainly the brain, and gosh, that's just so complicated. Like, to any of you who study anything scientifically, I don't know I mean, psychology is like a science, but like biology specifically and medicine, for me, those are just crazy things. Like, you guys must be, I don't know, another species. Definitely not my species. I'm not that smart. I just can't do it. But anyways, this video is coming to an end, believe it or not. We've been here for almost 20 minutes together. I know, good job to us, if you're still here, that is. I hope you enjoyed all of the skin details that I showed off today. Let me know what your favorite type of skin details are, because mine 100% freckles. I love freckles so much. And yeah, with that said, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, please don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe if you have not already, and I will see you all next time. Bye!
I don't wanna go. This is everything with you right next to me. So alive, and tonight I'm thinking